I know that the state faces a multi-year structural deficit in the hundreds
Correct.
of billions of dollars. Do you think that's mostly due to too much government spending, or is that mostly due to fraud and waste?
It's a controller's job to audit government spending. And Herb Morgan, I think, is going to do a great job of auditing that in real time. But the thing is, people act like it's impossible. Oh, well, that's $385 billion. You can't audit that. You can't stay in the green. Everybody fails audits. No, everybody doesn't fail audits. In fact, the Department of Defense, now the Department of War, they failed 7 consecutive audits. But do you know who has passed all of their audits? The United States Marine Corps. They're passing audits. And so don't tell me it can't be done when the Marines are doing it. And so what I want to do is I want to study what they're doing. I know that they're using artificial intelligence to analyze the budget for waste, fraud, and abuse, and also to cut down on redundancies, to get manpower where it should be focused, because they have global accounting systems. And so we could absolutely study what they're doing, but I'd also like to recruit out of the Marine Corps, maybe some of these guys that were in these auditing departments that are now out, and send the Marines into Sacramento. We talk a lot about our warrior class, going into other countries. But the best of us, I'd love to put them to work right here, making our state better for the people who live here.
I have a two-parter question for
Please.
you. What would you cut in terms of government agencies, programs, or services that the state is paying for right now? And what would you identify in terms of waste or fraud that you also want to eliminate or reduce?
CARB, CEQA, a lot of these programs that are redundant. We already have federal oversight and federal regulations. Why do we need more state oversight and regulations? And then why do we need more county oversight and regulations on top of that? And so the thing is, we've been regulated right into a place where we're the most overregulated, overtaxed, overburdened society in the world.
If you are elected, would you do anything to ensure that Prop 36 is funded?
I would do everything that I can within the Treasurer's power, and that includes divestment. And so the thing is if they're not going to fund Prop 36, I'm going to move funds from programs that are similar to Prop 36 so that Prop 36 is properly funded. Because the people voted for it, overwhelmingly. 68% of the state wants to have safer streets, and we're not backing them up in that. And so I'm tired of us continuously voting for things that then they don't deliver on, because Sacramento bureaucrats know what's better for our communities. Prop 36, 68%, it should be funded.
I know the billionaires tax has come up with a lot of Republican lawmakers. They're fighting the billionaires tax, and not even Governor Newsom supports it. Tell me about your stance on the billionaires tax.
Yeah, I won't take anything off the table. And the thing is, the Republican Party is not the party of billionaires. That's the Democratic Party, overwhelmingly. Just look at the way that the money was spent for Prop 50. $135 million for the Democrats to change our California state constitution and redistrict our lines. That came from billionaires. That wasn't the average Joes making $30,000, $40,000 a year in blue-collar jobs, lower and middle-class people. That's the billionaires. And the billionaires supported overwhelmingly Kamala Harris and the Democrats. That wasn't the Republican. We got 1 or 2 billionaires. They all saw the writing on the wall when Pennsylvania was called for Trump at 11 o'clock, and next thing you know, a bunch of billionaires are becoming Republicans. I'm sorry, you got a party for you. Okay, Oprah Winfrey and The Rock and all these Democrats, they're big, Democratic donors. You've got a party for you. It's the Democratic Party.
So is that to say that you're going to fight the billionaires tax if you're elected?
They're going to figure out what they're going to do before I get there, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. I'm going to go in there and we'll see how I'm able to balance it. I want to get us in the green. And I don't think we need more taxes to do that. I've been talking about that. I don't think we need more taxes to do that. But what I want, and I wrote about in my book, chapter, I think 16 of Common Sense for California, is California Billionaire Coalition. Why are we not working with our billionaires? Why are they not investing in the next renaissance, the next golden age? I want to work with them. I'm hoping that they're going to be willing to work with me. I want to do everything that I can to revisit this tax code and give, more power and authority back to the counties. I'm not taking anything off the table right now, especially when it comes to the billionaire class. I want to know that they're here for us, not for their own interest.
Let's talk about affordability for a second, because the cost of living is getting higher and higher. Most
That's
people
right.
can't afford a home. So just tell me what you would do to make California more affordable.
Okay, so invest in water and energy first and foremost. Okay, we should have desalination plants, decentralized micronuclear grids. Let's get our farms green again. Let's get our farmers back to work. Let's build more small to mid-level farmings. Let's open up more of the map to the USDA loan. But let's also get government bureaucrats the hell out of the way when it comes to housing. And so what I want to do is I want to get government out of the way. I want to open up more charter cities. I have a plan for that. Open up more charter cities, open up more land for charter communities to be built, because charter communities get the state out. They cut the red tape and bureaucracy. They also get the county level out of the way, so then that way people can build a family ranch, a family compound, create generational wealth. Because you can't have generational wealth without the generations. And there's a lot of beautiful places where we could grow that family farm, have 2-3 generations living on one piece of land. But California bureaucrats are the ones that are making it difficult for us to solve our own housing shortage, because we have too many lobbyists, both in the real estate and the lending lobby, that have too much vested interest in keeping housing expensive.